What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Listen, please make sure you hit that like button as you come in. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on all social media platforms: Instagram, the underscore Chef Don, Twitter, Chef underscore DonDon. Follow me on Patreon where I will be dropping receipts to a lot of tea. I will also be doing recipes. We will be doing live cooking shows. We will be doing live watch parties and a lot of other things over in Patreon. So please make sure that you get into Patreon. Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, my Cash App is ChefDonDon2. Thank you so much for all of your donations and generosity to the channel. Well, today we are going to be reviewing Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 4. Child, we have a lot to get into, so we're going to get into it. Okay? We're going to get into it. All right. So, and y'all know I was supposed to be doing this review yesterday and then the day before yesterday, and time just got a hold of me. So I was like, let me just go ahead and get this done right now. So we're going to go ahead and get into the episode. If I could be completely honest with you guys, Married to Medicine, it gives. Um, this episode gave me a filler episode. If I could rate this episode, I'd like to know what you guys would give this episode. I'm going to give this episode a 7.5. Um, and that's really harsh for me when it comes to Married to Medicine, but I'm going to give this episode a 7.5. But let's get into the tea. All right. So we're still at the intervention for Dr. Heavenly, right? And Dr. Contessa is very upset because she felt like Heavenly didn't own anything and she felt like Heavenly literally laughed in her face. I think everybody knew that the laugh that Heavenly was giving, it wasn't necessarily a laugh that meant, I don't think it meant much. And what I mean by that is, I mean that I think that it was more like a, dang, really, y'all, this is what y'all gonna do type of laugh. I don't think it was a laugh that, um, I don't think it was a laugh like I'm laughing at what I said. I think it was a sense of that, but I also think it was again a sense of like nervousness slash I don't know how to respond to this slash I don't know whether to be mad. I don't know whether to be laughing about it. I don't know. I don't know where to be. So I felt like that's where that laugh came from, right? Um. So then, um, Jackie calls Heavenly on the phone to, I guess, check on Heavenly, right? Because we do know that Heavenly leaves and she literally leaves out calling Simone a flip flopping. Okay, so with that being said, hey y'all, please like that video as you come in. Please like the video as you come in and make sure you're following me on all platforms as well. Please make sure you are following me on all platforms as well. All right. So um Jackie goes outside, she talks to Heavenly. And um then we get a scene where um Quad, Anila, Jackie, and again, Jackie goes outside after Heavenly, so Toya and Simone are sitting there, right? And so they're sitting there and they're having a conversation, and Quad is pretty much saying that the ambush or the way that they went about doing this wasn't effective because you can't get at Heavenly like this. And I do agree. I think sometimes when you try to do stuff like this, you have to meet people where they understand. Not necessarily, I know you want to get back because you felt like Heavenly um, talks crap about her friends or whatever, so you felt like doing an intervention would have worked, but it wasn't effective, right? And it wasn't effective because you, like I said, you have to meet people where they are sometime in order for them to understand how you're feeling, right? We'll get into a little bit more of that in just a minute. But anyway, Quad is defending Dr. Heavenly to Toya and Simone. Um, they end up laughing um, about the situation because Quad says that she calls the difference between her and Simone is that she actually calls Heavenly when Heavenly does stuff. And so Simone is like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, you snapped on Instagram about a simple emoji when Heavenly did the emoji or whatever, and that was their storyline for last season or whatever when they wasn't getting along behind the emoji. And so Quad was like, well, I'm not telling you that you can't tell them. And of course, Quad is yelling, but she's like, I'm not telling you that you can't say anything. But I got what Quad was saying. Quad was saying it wasn't effective. You are not going to get her to stop talking crap about you. You're not going to get Heavenly to stop talking crap about you doing stuff like this. You're adding on to the hurt, the extra hurt that everybody else has. You're adding on to it, right? So they end up laughing about it, and they end up laughing about it, and it's real cute how they end up laughing.
I'm not with you because this is America.
It's understandable.
I get to choose who I with every day.
In America.
It's America.
So I like that scene. But y'all, if I could be very honest with y'all, Dr. Simone ain't really giving me much this season. I really want to see more of what they do in their practices and businesses, because we see inside of Dr. Jackie's office, we see inside of Dr. Heavenly's office, we've seen inside of Dr. Contessa's office. I mean, we do see Dr. Simone, but I would like to see a little bit more of what Dr. Simone do, considering, she's getting ready to come out with a book about her marriage. I just want to see more of Dr. Simone. I don't not want to see Dr. Simone off of the show. So I'm not saying that at all. But I would like to see more from Simone. Um, so Jackie is talking to Heavenly outside, and Jackie says that she doesn't think that Heavenly gets it. And I would agree with Jackie. Heavenly doesn't get it. Heavenly doesn't understand that she is hurting her friend's feelings, but she doesn't actually get the outcome of the actual intervention. And I really wouldn't blame her, because the intervention you do for people who are on drugs or sick, child. Like, let's stop doing that. Let's not call it an intervention. But anyway, Heavenly is blocking the driveway with her car because she thinks that she can't figure out how to open her car, and I think she thinks she left her key or something like that, right? So Toya and Simone come out where she blocked them and all of that kind of stuff right there. And so, interestingly enough, she gets in her car, she moves and all that good stuff. So Jackie goes in to check on Contessa. And Contessa says that she's pissed off because Heavenly literally laughed in their face instead of accepting or owning what they were trying to do. And I put this in my notes, and I will say this. Please, please, please like the video as you come in. Please like the video as you come in. I put this in my notes, that Quad really has Heavenly's back. But at the same time doesn't like what Heavenly is saying. And I think you can still disagree with somebody and not want to ambush them, right? What Heavenly repeated about Quad, or the rumors that were repeated about Quad, and we'll get into a little bit more of that in just a second too. But in that sense, she has a reason to be mad. She has every reason to be upset, but she's really letting y'all know that this was ineffective. You can't do things like this. And let's be honest, it's TV. They got to give us something to talk about, right? Quad had to have something to talk about last season to be validated as a friend or whatever. And Heavenly said that even though she, talked crap about, well, she said in that instance that she did not mean any harm to Quad, right? But Quad said that Heavenly had been coming back at her, been coming at her, been coming at her, been coming at her. So at some point, people coming at you, people coming at you, you gonna snap, and that's what she did. She snapped. You know. Um. So anyway, Toya goes to Dr. Simone's office, and I don't know. Do y'all really feel that Dr. Simone and Toya's relationship is actually growing and meaning something? Because they do look like they hang out outside of filming the show. When I see them on Instagram and stuff like that, I do see them posting stuff. But then sometimes I do see that what they post end up being scenes on the show. So I don't know. Or do y'all think that they have a genuine relationship over time? Because I know people's relationships can grow, and relationships don't grow without people trying to help them to grow. And so I think that you know a lot of people think that they became friends based off of getting back at Heavenly or whatever. But I feel like that's why Toya and Contessa is friends. Now that I'm not gonna lie about. I don't know. Something about that friendship just doesn't seem authentic to me at all. It doesn't. It doesn't seem authentic to me at all. But I don't. I do believe that Toya and Simone are gaining a friendship. But I could be wrong. But anyway, uh, Toya is trying to surprise Simone with a drink because Simone is on a diet. And she comes in with coffee because she wants to play a prank on Simone to make Simone think that that's all that she came with. But she actually came with a green shake or a green drink or whatever you call that. And she tried to tell the assistant to go to take it, but to not show Simone until after she shows her the coffee, because again she wants to play a prank or a trick on Simone. Child, the lady then ruined the whole thing. She done ruined it. She done ruined it. Ruined it. Ruined it. Ruined it. She done ruined it. She done ruined the whole thing. But anyway, um, Simone says that Anila Quad and Jackie is kissing Heavenly's ass. I don't think that Jackie is kissing Heavenly's ass, because even when she was talking to Contessa about what Heavenly says about Jackie and Curtis, because Jackie and Heavenly are truly friends. I truly do believe that. And a lot of people truly believe that Heavenly is the cause and the cause of the breakdown between Jackie and Simone. Um, I don't believe that, but people believe what they believe. I don't believe that. I believe that that was two women who couldn't agree on something. They wanted validity from other people that they didn't quite get it from. And I just believe that it was just a breakdown of stubbornness in a friendship. And sometimes it happens. 20 years is a long time for that to be happening, but it still does happen, right? But anyway, Simone says, Toya says, Simone actually tells Toya that last night was crazy and last night was the intervention for Heavenly. Um, Child. Anyway, it was too much. Anyway, Anila is trying to take care of her own kids, child, and child. She is having a hard time. She is having a hard time trying to take care of them children, honey. Um, but I won't make it seem like people who have money, or doctors, lawyers, people who actually have money, live in big homes and stuff like that. It's not far fetched for them to have a nanny. It's not far fetched for them to have a maid. It's not far fetched for them to have a pool guy. It's not far fetched for them to have all of these different things, right? Um, so I can see how Anila may be having a hard time. However, what I do think the sole issue is that Anila don't want to pay that new money for a new nanny, and I keep saying that. Which I understand, you don't want just anybody around your children. You don't want just anybody around your children. So I can totally understand how Anila feels in that situation, because again, you want to be protective of your children. And nowadays you can't just hire anybody, although they get background checks and everything like that. You still can't just hire anybody around your space. right? We really see that Anila don't really know how to cook, so I'm pretty sure her son is gonna be pissed off because baby, she is not gonna be able to make them pinto beans like she's supposed to. Please, please, please like this video as you come in. Um, please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is the underscore chef Don. Follow me on Twitter at I'm sorry, at chef underscore Don. Um, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, my Cash App is ChefDonDon2, and it is down on the screen as well. Please subscribe to my Patreon, where I will be dropping recipes, tea. We will be doing live discussions. We will have live watch parties, cooking classes, and so forth and on. We are actually getting ready to also put out merch for the channel. So make sure you subscribe to the Patreon, because Patreon, they will get first dibs at merch, and they will get first discounts at merch as well. $6, $10, $12. Get into it. All right, let's get back into this episode. I just had to go ahead and let y'all know about that. All right. So Heavenly and Anila, they actually meet up, right? And Heavenly says that she thought that Contessa, her and Contessa were good friends, and she expected it from Simone and Toya, but for Tess to do this, she didn't expect it from Tess, right? Um, Anila says that Quad really had Heavenly's back, and Quad did. She says that Quad was not upset about the booty and the fillers comment. She's more so upset about the rumor about her being sleeping with married men. Y'all know I love Dr. Heavenly, but Dr. Heavenly, I don't like this. I don't like this, Dr. Heavenly. Because they didn't make you look good at all. Because it does make it look like. And although she is repeating the rumor and she's saying that the rumor is out there, she's still spreading it, right? Because now she's telling someone else that didn't quite know about the rumor, because then she tells who she actually heard the rumor from, or who's saying the rumor. In her confessional, she says she don't know nothing about it. And then later on in the episode, she says she didn't say it, but we all know how Heavenly joked. But in this particular sense, Dr. Heavenly, I love you. I like you, Dr. Heavenly. I do. But that was not cool. That was not cool for you to be saying that your friend is sleeping with married men. You do have to back up when it comes to talking about your friends. I do agree with that, especially somebody like Quad. Quad really did have your back, and then to know that you talked about her, that wasn't good at all. Now I will say this, and I will add a little bit of context to this. Dr. Heavenly did say that Quad did call her immediately after the episode and after she figured out what she said, because they don't see a lot of these scenes. Of course, nobody knew about the scene or seen the scene with Anila and Toya. I mean, with Anila and Heavenly. And a lot of times they do get the episodes like a day or two early, or a day or three, between a day and 3 days earlier. However, some of them don't watch the actual episodes. Well, Quad actually watched the episode, and Heavenly said that Quad actually called her and told her, we can't keep doing this, Heavenly. Like, we cannot keep doing this. You can not keep doing your friends like that. So, Heavenly, let's stop that, please. Stop talking about your friends on your YouTube channel. But for real, it did. I don't want to see Heavenly and Quad in a bad place, because I do like their friendship. Okay, so everyone thinks that Heavenly deflects from her marriage and her real marital issues. And Simone says that, Heavenly doesn't talk about her marital issues. Now, what I will say though is, I don't necessarily think that Heavenly and Dr. Damon Daddy does have a bad marriage. I don't believe that everybody's marriage is always in shambles. I do agree that everybody's marriage goes through ups and downs, but I don't believe that everybody lives their marriage in sadness and discomfort and all of that kind of stuff. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that everybody's marriage is what their marriage actually is, and it's what the spouses make their marriage, right? So in this particular case, I do honestly believe they really adore each other. Contessa said on Watch What Happens Live that daddy, that heavenly trap daddy, that wasn't a read, because if y'all can recall, season 4 reunion, they talked about that, or season 3 reunion. Andy and Heavenly talked about that literally on the reunion floor. So it wasn't a read. It was not a read at all, Contessa. I'm sorry, but it didn't land, and you did look like Mama D. Okay, we're gonna talk about that here in just a minute anyway. Um, so that's all I have to say about Heavenly's marriage. I don't think that everybody's marriage is always in shambles. Like, I don't believe that. Heavenly tells Anila, about quiet sleeping rumor, and production is messy, baby, because they play that back several times. Okay, so Dr. Heavenly finally is getting ready. They're getting ready for Dr. Simone's Halloween party. And I felt like, and I could be completely wrong on this, y'all, but I felt like when Simone and Cecil was talking about Toya uh, being the last home that they actually did anything at, her rental home, I thought that was a little bit shade. But anyway, Dr. Heavenly finally tells Dr. Damon, she kisses him, and you see it on this picture him, that she leaves lipstick on his face. But she wiped it off, and it looked like he literally got on makeup. Because the tone of her lip gloss or whatever, or her lipstick, whatever it's called. But anyway, Dr. Heavenly finally tells Dr. Damon Daddy what happened. Dr. Damon Daddy tells Heavenly that she can't be upset with her friends for telling her how they feel about her talking about them. He says that once you put things out there, you can't take those things back. And that she can't keep doing that to her friends. And if you notice, Heavenly has a subtle way of talking to Dr. Damon. I do believe she listens to him, but I don't believe she always takes his advice. And that's just me being honest. I don't believe she always takes his advice, but I do believe she listens to him, because kind of humbles her in her voice a little bit. But she then says that, that at the party they won't come whoop her if he's with her. Child. But anyway, Simone, we get to the party that Simone is having, and Toya, everybody arrives. Toya and Eugene arrive as, Dr. Simone arrives as the old rich B. I don't even know what what is Cecil supposed to be, y'all, because I don't watch none of them really scary movies or nothing like that. So if that's where they come from, I don't know nothing about it. I feel like scary movies and Halloween movies, I feel like they dumb, but I don't. Y'all don't judge me. I'm just saying that's the only reason why I'm watching. But anyway, so Dr. Simone, everybody arrives, and so this is Carrie. And y'all, is it just me, or is Carrie not mic'd this season so far? Carrie has not been mic'd. We've seen Carrie, but they have not given us any mic moments with Carrie. What's up with that? And I think Carrie can be kind of funny. But anyway, you have Toya and Eugene arrive. And Simone is trying to guess who Toya and Eugene are. Child, they is supposed to be Beyonce and Jay-Z, child. And Toya says that it was perfect for them to be Beyonce and Jay-Z, because baby, she almost was a millionaire last season, or with all the house flipping and stuff that she doing. Now, child, Toya. I, I don't believe that you house flipping. With all of these issues that we be seeing y'all go through, I do not believe you house flipping. But anyway, Carrie Wells does as if Contessa is coming. Y'all, this is something I want to bring up. And I want you guys to understand this in this review. Please, please like the video as you come in. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please, 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 and thank you. Um, hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Please make sure you like this video as you come in. But anyway, Carrie Wells asks if contestants coming. Toya says that no, she is out of town. Scott then arrives, and Scott then tells them that he basically throws Contessa right under the bus by saying that she's saying that he said that she's studying for her test, but she told them that she was out of town. In her confessional, she states that she didn't really want to see Heavenly. She wasn't ready to see Heavenly. She wasn't ready to see everybody after she kicked them out of her house, which is another thing I don't quite understand. Girl, why you leave them people in your house? Why you leave them people in your house? Child. She at home and she's studying for her test, but she lied and told them she was out. And then you said she lied. That I did not like. This definitely goes to show that y'all ain't worked out nothing. This man continues to throw you under the bus every time he gets in front of a camera. Every time he gets in front of a camera, and listen, you have every right to be mad at Heavenly. Okay, I give it to you. You mad at Heavenly. But again, this man continues to throw you under the bus. Be mad at your husband. And then you chose to laugh it off in your confessional. Oh no. Girl. Really? Anyway. So there's Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly. And then Dr. Jackie and Dr. Curtis arrive, right? Child, then Anila and Kieran come in, and they come in with a U-Haul, child. Hold on a minute, y'all. They come in and they come in with a U-Haul, child. Well, then at that very moment, as they come in with the U-Haul, y'all, hold on just a minute. Let me check something. A moment here. I sincerely apologize about that technical difficulties. I definitely apologize about that. Thank y'all so much for sticking with me. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for sticking with me. Please make sure you like this video. Get me on up in the algorithm. I sure appreciate it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My handle is below on the screen. Make sure you follow me on Patreon. Just download the app and just type in Chef DonDon and you're going to pull me up. The DonDons, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for being in the chat, and thank y'all for sticking with me. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can via Cash App. The Cash App is below. It is Chef DonDon2. And anything that you donate to the channel is greatly appreciated. Let's get on back into this episode. Wouldn't let me be great, child. Wouldn't let me be great. Ain't that something? All right. We are at the Halloween party, and Anila and her husband Kieran pull up in the U-Haul, child. They pull up in the U-Haul, and they pull up as movers, because Toya and Eugene is moving houses every year, so they say. So Toya and Eugene, they come out, and Quan, she goes in, she calls everybody out. They come out, and child, This is Beyonce and Jay-Z. Ain't this something? Ain't this something? Beyonce and Jay-Z. But anyway, Anila and her husband, you know, they are the movers. Child, the boxes was petty. I think one of them even says to, uh, sex toys. Child, just the child. It was a lot. It was a lot. It didn't land too well with Toya and Eugene, right? Toya and Eugene was pretty upset because they felt as if you know, with them embroidering their names in their press, right? For me, I felt like it was good comic relief. I felt like because the audience does not receive Anila well, a lot of people didn't appreciate it. A lot of people didn't appreciate it or like it also too because Toya and Anila aren't in a good place, and I think that's why Toya didn't accept it well either. Now she laughed it off in the beginning, but I think once she saw how upset Eugene got, I think she realized that it wasn't really all that funny. But you even got to pay attention to Toya in her confessional. Toya laughed about this at first, but then she's like, "Oh, you so pressed," because again, I think she thought she noticed how Eugene felt about the situation. Now, do I think they overdone it? And I did a poll on Twitter, and I think I had like 18 votes, and like 60, maybe 70%, 69% or something like that agreed that Anila and um, Kieran's joke was funny, and the other, what was 31% voted that it wasn't funny, right? A lot of people don't believe it's funny, and those reasons that I named before are a lot of the reasons why people think that, right? So Eugene definitely gets very, very upset with Kieran and Anila for their joke, right? Um, he says that the wives aren't in a good place, but men don't really do this. Now, I will have to say this too. The men laughed about this. All the men laughed about this until they saw how serious Eugene was, right? So Eugene was like, if you think that this is cool, I'm walking away, bro. Like, this ain't even cool. So he walks away, right? And to me, I felt like Eugene had a reason to be upset in that sense because I do feel like as a man, you coming at me like this ain't cool. So I can see that. I can see that. Women, I think what he was saying, women get into petty business like that. But for you to salute and go right along with your wife is a problem. That's what Eugene is saying. So I guess I can understand both sides of it. Um, so Quad then says in her confessional that J and B is on the run because Eugene wants to leave. But you know, I mean, they then is like, no, we don't want y'all to leave. So Eugene says that he's now going to be able to coexist. Hey, everybody, please make sure you hit that like button as you come into the room. Please, please, please. Make sure you hit that like button as you come in. Make sure you are following me on all of my social media platforms. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. And if you would like to donate to the channel, my Cash App is also available at ChefDonDon2. Um, so at this party, according to Heavenly, they say that this party was very, very hectic, and it was a lot worse than what was shown. Which I believe that. I believe that because again, I believe that Eugene was sincerely upset. Also, Heavenly apologizes to Quad, and production asks her why, you apologizing to Quad right now, but you're also sitting on this rumor. You're also sitting on this information that you actually told Anila to her face that you heard as a rumor. And then that's when she say that she don't know nothing about it. And again, I would have to say, Dr. Heavenly, we can't be doing that, Dr. Heavenly. My fave, we can't be doing that. Um, So again, Heavenly apologizes, and so Quad says in her confessional that Heavenly has one time to mess up again. Heavenly has one time to mess up again, and she's going to forego the friendship. That was her exact words. So the men meet up for axe throwing, right? And they meet up and they're talking about Kieran before Kieran arrives, and I think that this is just Cecil, you know, Cecil is just trying to get the women together and get the women to, work everything out. I'm sorry, get the men together. I apologize. I ain't mean to call y'all men or women. I like y'all, so I ain't mean that. Something I got to say about Kieran. Kieran ain't scared though. Kieran ain't scared. Don't make what he did right or anything like that, but Kieran ain't scared and he don't back down. And that's one thing I do like about him. I do like that about Kieran. Kieran does not back down. He stands his ground. And just like he said, he was like, "Man, I thought it was funny, and I still think it's funny." Like I like a person like that. I'm not really finna back down. Now I disagree with the fact that he's not apologizing. Um, and then Eugene gets upset and he's like, "Call me another MFer." Now, unless they edited that real serious in that actual clip, Kieran says, "Then I guess I'm the MF or something about him being the MF." And here Eugene is being mad. So I do also think that Eugene has a lot of misplaced anger. I believe Eugene is exhausted. I believe that Eugene, you know what? I can say his anger is misplaced, but then again, it's not misplaced. It's misplaced in the sense to where all the energy that you have towards your wife and towards your marriage and towards you having to work and do all this stuff, it does kind of flow off you personally. Also, something I want y'all to always remember, and I always tell y'all to pay attention to stuff. See, us being YouTubers or being content creators, we have to watch episodes more than once, right? And I actually watched the season. I watched season 8 again, and it brought a lot of things to context when it comes to Eugene and Toya. If y'all can recall, Eugene got upset with production. Well, he didn't really get upset, but his response to production when they asked them about selling their houses and all of that kind of stuff last year, he said he didn't want to discuss it. But I don't really understand why y'all don't want to discuss that when y'all made money behind it. That part doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if it's a part of your storyline and a part of your life, I think it does make sense when people do ask you these questions. I mean, why not? If y'all doing everything right and everything is good, why not answer the questions? You are on a TV show and you clearly show everybody on the TV show what would it look like if you didn't have a rental home, if you didn't sell your home, and we didn't know you didn't sell your home, and you didn't have a rental home. I mean, what would it be? So I think in this particular sense, when people do ask you that, I think it would have been perfect to kind of clear that up and just be like, we just sold it, put it on the market, so we can make money out of it and we can build our own dream, build another dream home, which I still don't understand, but I'm just saying it all makes sense, right? Sorry about that, y'all. But please make sure the Don Dons, you all are following me. Instagram at the chef underscore DonDon. On Twitter, chef underscore DonDon. Please make sure you're in the Patreon. We will be doing recipes. I will be dropping tea and receipts in Patreon. We will also be able to have real candid conversations without being flagged or censored. Also, we will be doing a live cooking show, reviews, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you do get into Patreon. $6, $10, and $12. Also, if you don't want to be in Patreon but you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so at Cash App ChefDonDon2. So thank you all so much for that. So that was my review for Married to Medicine. This was this is season 9, episode 4. So we're moving right along. Oh, let's talk about Contessa on Watch What Happens Live. Really quick. Give me just a minute. Let me see here. So Contessa said on Watch What Happens Live, and I had to load this photo here really quick. But she looked like Mama D right here. Um a lot of people on Twitter were saying she looked like Nene Leakes and Marlo Hampton together and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, she was saying that, she, of course, she was trying to read Dr. Heavenly down and say all kinds of stuff about Dr. Heavenly. And again, that whole thing about trapping daddy, that don't even make sense because trapping daddy, how she trapped daddy when she just ain't trapped no daddy. That's all I got to say. She ain't trapped no daddy. But anyway, y'all, um, they talked about that on the season 3-4 reunion. I mean, go back and look at it for yourself. That's not really nothing. And they also talked about it the last couple strip that they had where Heavenly was able to, you know, fix everything that she had said. And they Dr. Damon Daddy cleared all of that up. So Contessa's read back to Heavenly was a little bit lazy. But I guess lazy reads are okay, right? Anyway, y'all, that was the episode of Married to Medicine. Please, please, please make sure you tune in a little bit later on. I have some tea on Martell and Melody's case. I also have some information on Bishop Whitehead and Larry Reed. Also, Jason Lee and Wendy Williams' marriage. We got to talk about it all. So please make sure you tune in to my video tonight, and I'm also going to be reviewing Mathis Family Matters, so stay tuned for that as well. I really appreciate you all for showing love to the channel. We are over 520 subscribers. We just celebrated 500 subscribers yesterday. I told y'all I celebrate all milestones. So I appreciate you all for showing me love. Please again make sure you're following me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this video. If you would like to donate to the channel, my Cash App is ChefDonDon2. Follow me on Instagram, the_ChefDonDon. Follow me on Twitter at Chef_DonDon. And make sure you get into that Patreon for her recipes, news, tea, all kinds of stuff. We will be doing live cooking shows and everything. Listen, also, if you, I had a couple people say they don't feel comfortable being on camera. Y'all, you can do exactly what I'm doing right now with your emoji, right? You can do exactly what I'm doing. You do not have to show your face. You do not have to show your face, and you really don't have to talk. You really don't have to talk. I would love for you all to talk and feel comfortable with the family and the community that we do have in Patreon, but not judging anybody. So just make sure you get in the Patreon. We always show love. Have a great rest of your day on purpose. Let someone know that you love them. There is so much going on right now in this world. And we do have so much to be grateful for. But I appreciate you all for tuning into the channel. The Don Dons, I have mad, super, super good love for you. Make sure you leave your chef emojis in the chat. And make sure you also drop in the comments if you are watching the replay of this video. And let me know your thoughts on Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 4. All right, y'all. I holla.